I value the good things in life: great food, comfortable clothes, the perfect pour at the end of a long day, and the hardworking people who bring quality products to life. I'm fascinated by how the things I love come to be. So I've teamed up with my friends at Nutrient Solutions and Farm Journal to explore the journey from seed to shelf and to get to know the growers who dedicate their lives to making it happen. How are growers feeding a growing world? Come with me to find out. I'm Brett Griffin. This is Leading the Field. Apricot spread. Hey, is this for the chicken? Sure smells good. Apricots and chicken. Well, I'm always willing to try something new. Hey, Thaddeus, where you at?
Who's out there?
I thought I heard you rumbling around there, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you. How you been?
I've been good, man. I've been good. I cooked you some lunch.
What do you got?
Isn't that nice of me?
Yeah, it is.
Am I the best friend you ever had?
Forever.
All right. Taste this. There's a secret ingredient. See if you can figure out what it is.
That's got some good flavor.
It does. It's got apricot in the barbecue sauce.
Where did you find that?
Can you believe that?
You know, I got a really good buddy, Dave. Patterson, California, Blossom Hill Orchard. It's a beautiful place, hundreds of acres. I'm gonna send you out there.
Okay.
Pick apricots or apricots right off the tree.
I've always wondered, is it apricot or apricot? So I'm going to ask him.
I'm gonna send you out there to find out the answer.
All right, I've never had an apricot, so I'm going to grab it right off the tree and just eat it.
Absolutely. I'm gonna give Dave a call, let him know that you're coming.
Enjoy the apricot chicken.
Good to see you.
All right, see ya. I've made it all the way out here to Blossom Hill Orchards in Patterson, California. This place has been around for over 90 years, and I'm gonna get a chance to meet up with my buddy Dave, who's been working here for over 18 years. He's gonna show me around. He claims these are the best grounds in the world to grow apricots. Hey Dave, what's up?
Hey Brett.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You doing all right?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good.
Glad you made it.
But before we talk about this awesome apricot orchard, I gotta ask you, I'm from South Carolina. We say apricot. How do you guys say it all the way out here in California?
For me, apricot.
You're my guy.
That's right.
Well, you say it the right way then. All right, so tell me what makes this soil so special for growing apricots.
In this area, we've got a nice, well-drained, fertile soil. We have just enough gravel, so we're not holding a lot of water. It's not very heavy soil. Apricots like that with these rootstocks.
So what's going on out here this time of year?
Right now, the biggest thing, as you can see behind us, is harvest. For what I do out here right now, I'm still watching for different insects, maybe some diseases, things like that. But this time of year, the pressure is kind of low, so we're doing all right.
So when they finish harvest, you're gonna get ramped up, getting ready for the next season.
Now we're just worried about keeping them wet. Later on, we'll think about pruning, maybe some fertility. There's not a lot going on until about January.
From an agronomics perspective, what all goes into a property this large?
Boy, there's a lot of different things going on between, work Dave and Pete on their end. We'll start, like I say, in January, getting things ready to go as bloom comes on, trying to set up the crop, what the buyers want, making sure, whether it's size, quantity. I'm out here watching for disease. So I have a helper that keeps in charge because we've got over 1,200 acres out here, and
wow.
We're not only doing the apricots, we're doing the cherries at the same time, so it keeps us going. And that's the go time. That fruit has to be spotless. That's what we aim for here, is a good quality, safe food product for the end users.
Speaking of Dave Santos, he's one of the owners out here. You told me we're gonna go find him. I know I can say apricot correctly, but I actually have never tasted one. So let's go find Dave and change that.
Awesome.
Perfect,
Let's
go.
do it. Morning, Dave.
Morning.
Hey, I want to introduce you to Brett.
How you doing, sir?
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. This is an amazing operation you've got here, sir.
Well, thank you very much. We've been doing this for a few years.
You're about to turn 100 out here.
Our operation started in 1922 in Santa Clara Valley. They were drying apricots and prunes over there, and the development drove the family out about 1953 and came over here and started growing apricots. We opened up a packing shed, literally packing under the shade of a tree, packing them by hand, and that was about 1977. And maybe a little bit later I'll show you the inside the packing shed. It's a little bit different now with the optical sizers that can grade and sort and color and do a lot of things that the human being used to do. So.
That's awesome. Walk me through, if you don't mind, what it's like to grow an apricot and harvest them. What's that like?
Well, we grow about 14 varieties of apricots. Right now we're harvesting Patterson apricots, which is what you see in this orchard right here.
Okay.
And this is a Patterson apricot, and we pack it. It can go for drying. It goes into freezer. It goes into cans. And so these are Pattersons right here, and they're a ripe. This is something that we picked off the tree, and if you notice, there's some that are a little bit greener, and so I'm going to cut one open here and let you try an apricot. I know he tried them, but try that. And it's maybe a little bit green, but it's this is what we try to have in the stores so people can buy that. But if you see, we've already come through here and picked this, but this is a little bit greener, and we try to explain to, I'll let you hold those, that these apricots, if you put them in a paper bag on your counter, it's already turning color on the inside, so this is going to ripen up. The acidity will go down and it will be a nice tasting apricot. We have about 800 acres of them, and we pack in our packing shed here about 3 million apricots a day. And when we go in, I'll show you what we're doing there. And we also are picking for the canning industry and the frozen industry, so we're picking lots of apricots right now, truckloads after truckloads after truckloads. So just a little while ago we had a crew come through here and pick some of those riper ones, and so they're going into the shed and they'll be in there, and we're packing some of them right now. So we try to get them off the tree, into the bin, into the box the same day, and so they get shipped out. That's the key to a lot of this. We try not to hold it. I mean, there's some packers that will pick very, very green and let it sit in their cold storage and ship them out, and that gives a bad name to any type of stone fruit. So
how many apricots a day are going out of here?
In a day we'll pack about 10,000 boxes in the different varieties. We're packing in 1 pound clamshells, we're packing in bags, we're packing volume fill, we're packing in 3 pound clams.
What's your favorite part about growing an apricot?
Eating it.
Eating, I like it.
Yeah.
And consumers love it too.
Yeah.
When you plant an apricot tree, how long does it take for it to be fruit bearing?
Well, we're planting them closer, and we're planting them with different rootstocks, and we can pick a few apricots when you look at, when you plant an apricot, the leaves will come out, that's first leaf, but it's not a year old. So when it's, by the time it gets second leaf and it's considered about a year old, you can get a few apricots, but usually they're about 3 years old.
Dave, you've been coming out here 17 years. What all do you guys work on together?
My main job is scouting the fields, looking for issues, whether it be fertility, disease, bugs, weeds. So if I see something, then I'll meet with Dave and he and I will discuss, the plan of attack.
We work as a team.
Awesome.
Just because of the fact that we'll sit there and we'll talk, and we're talking about a lot of things we need to do, and then I end up saying, okay, what would you do, Dave? And usually he comes back with, okay, if it was me, which is kind of a nice thing to do when you're working with somebody, to have a trust in it. Farming is such a small industry, and so there's a small group of people that are involved in it, so you have to trust the people you work with.
They're shipping 3 million to 4 million apricots out of here per day. That is insane. Other than eat the apricot fresh, what else can you actually make with apricots?
Well, that's a nice thing. Apricot's a versatile fruit. You have apricot jam, you have apricot jelly, you have apricot salsa. You can put it on your pork chops, you can make apricot pie, you can make apricot tarts. And if you're like me, you got apricot brandy, even
Now we're
apricot
talking.
wine.
Now we're talking.
Let's go get some.
Let's go do that. I'm down for that. I was told Blossom Hill Orchards is the place to go to find some of the world's best apricots, and that was spot on. Dave and his team take great care of this great operation, more than doing their part to ensure apricot lovers near and far can enjoy this treat. On our next episode, I love a great steak, and I'm going to travel to Kentucky to find out how it comes to be. I'm Brett Griffin. Keep on leading the field.